It is that one. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Yep, that's the one. That is the one. All right, let me see what we got going on here. Am I supposed to be up further? No, I don't think I'm supposed to be up further. I think I'm where I need to be. Let me see. Get this together. All right, there we go. There we go. What's going on, everybody? Man, I am your boy Gator, and I am coming to you guys live tonight, man. This is a quick, relatively quick live. What's going on, everybody, man? TT Fragrances, what's going on, man? Kicks Griffey, what's happening with your brother? Will Rodriguez, City of the Day was Platinum Ego East. Hello, all. What's going on with you, man? Platinum Ego East is a good way to go. Platinum Ego East is one of the best ways to go. Man, as a matter of fact, I need to, I've been meaning to like re-up Platinum Ego East for a minute, man, and I had not. There's an Armoff clone that gets close to it, but it's not Platinum Ego East, man. So I'm like, let me go ahead and get that Platinum Ego East out of them. And so I fooled myself because I was waiting on a sale from Macy's because they caught me off guard one time, man. I could have got it for like, I think it was like $78. So I like held on to my star points, waiting on them to come with the sale again, and they just haven't come back with the sale, and it just kind of lost track. So you know how it go, man. Yeah, what's going on with you, man? What's happening? What's happening? Andre Keith in the building, yo, mixed edition. What's going on, ma'am? You say we are in here. I appreciate everybody being in here as well, man. I'm actually sitting down today. Normally, I'm standing up in front of the stuff here, man. But man, I hurt the knee today. Well, the knee been hurt, but I tweaked it again today. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and, just chill out, sit down, and do the thing like this, man. And I actually kind of like the like it kind of sitting down, man. The vantage point is actually not too bad. So, I was like, it is more comfortable. I ain't got to worry about I'll probably go sweat a lot less too, doing it like this. It's a lot better. I ain't got to worry about sitting under the light. I also have my lights off. I got everything kind of down and chill, and it's in the mood, man. What's everybody's set of the day, man? I know that Will said set of the day was Platinum Ego East for him. My set of the day today, this guy right here, this is the new Afnan Rare Reef. I got to get my pretty face out of the way so to focus. There we go. Afnan Rare Reef, man. So I did first impression on this thing yesterday. Happy belated Juneteenth to everybody out here who didn't see the video, man. And well, first of all, I got greeted with a blast of like an overload of whatever freaking perfume or chemical they had in here, man. It is steeped in here, man, and it was crazy. It was crazy. But I did finally get to blow it out and everything, and like I say, sitting my day to day. It changed a little bit since last night. Once it got a little bit of air in the bottle, I get more of it's still. I still stand on what I said on that inspiration video. It's very much a little bit of a twist on Pacific Chill initially. It doesn't have the same amount of fruitiness that Pacific Chill does. It's got a little bit more, it's a little bit more muted as far as the fruits go, a little bit more spicy at the top, a little bit more peppery. That's that coriander coming into play, and you definitely smell the coriander. But as this thing is kind of sat, it's smoothed out a little bit. So the fruits are still muted. You're still getting a little bit more of the coriander, but it is a little bit more aromatic. And I think I said that on the video, but this is more aromatic vibe with this one. Now, Pacific Chill is aromatic too, so I know y'all are gonna be like, well, some of y'all are gonna be like, man, look, Pacific Chill is aromatic. Yeah, this is that, and Pacific Chill is that, but it's just in a different way. Got a little bit more spiciness going on here. Like I said, a little bit muted. The other thing that really came about today, and this is with a prolonged wearing of it, as it kind of gets into the dry down a little bit, it gets a little bit more aquatic. I get a little bit more of the aquatic nuance here, a little bit more than I get in the the OG Pacific Chill. I had somebody jump in my comments and they were like, this is supposed to be like a amalgamation of Pacific Chill and Megamar. I don't get Megamar style aquatic. Like, it's not that deep, but I can see a comparison in that it does go a little bit more aquatic than the original Pacific Chill. I feel like the original Pacific Chill does get watery. Like, you definitely pick up a watery vibe to it, but I don't consider it as aquatic. Like, it's not that sea salty style of aquatic like you have coming out of this. Which is part of the reason I like the Jean Lo vibe a lot, because it does catch that watery nature of Pacific Chill that Pacific Chill has. But still working with it though, but so far so good. It's actually lasted on skin about 6-7 hours so far. I like it. Let me see the comments here. Gian says, Gator, where you from? I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, man, home of the LSU Fighting Tigers. I have been here in Atlanta since 2012. I moved up here at the end of 2012, as a matter of fact, October 2012. So been here for a minute, man. I still visit home as much as I possibly can, man, because it'll always be home. Baton Rouge, New Orleans, down in that area, that'll always be home, man. Andre Key says, "Sit of the day, LV Lovers." You know what? Lovers is one that I did not like when I first smelled it. I did not like it, but I've smelled it a few times since. Lovers is one of those fragrances that if you smell it off of a test strip, it just doesn't work. For me, at least. And I know a lot of people feel like that, where they're just like, oh, it's okay. Lovers is a fragrance that works off skin. Like, once you put it on skin, for some reason, I don't know if it's a warming thing or whatever, but it smells a lot better coming off of skin. And it makes me want to experience that a little bit more. So I may get a decan of it, man. All right, scent of the day, TT Fragrances. Scent of the day, Gulf Orchid, Mango Ice. Nice. Beautiful God of Fire rendition right there with the Mango Ice. A little bit less of the dark wood, but still has, I think that one, Mango Ice, is a little bit, I think a little bit better for like humidity, like high humidity. And I think I mentioned this the other day. I think high humidity situations, I think that Mango Ice is a lot better than like a Vulcan Few or actually the original God of Fire, because those two, the DNA is such a dark thing. And Mango Ice is still woody, but it's nowhere near as dark and oody. So yeah, I think Mango Ice is better for that. Nice DNA. Let me see. Just ordered that one. Oh, you TT, you talking to TT? Let's see. Super nice bottle. TT, okay, y'all talking to each other. You said, do you like Georgia or Louisiana better? I want to go to that aquarium in Atlanta. I think it is allegedly the biggest one in the U.S. The aquarium's nice, man. I used to work for one of the sponsors there. I used to work for Depot. Matter of fact, I was working for Depot when I moved up here. I was running one of their private label warranty programs. And we got to tour that thing when they first started doing a lot of the sponsorships. And man, that's a big aquarium. It really is a big aquarium. The whale shark, beautiful. you get fascinated by that thing, man. But yeah, it's a nice size aquarium. I like Louisiana will always be home. The opportunities aren't there in Louisiana like they are here. Georgia has a lot better job market. Georgia has better just about everything, to be honest. But Louisiana's always going to be home. I always like to visit. I always root for everybody down there. But if I had a choice of where to stay, I would never trade growing up in Louisiana ever because it colored my whole life experience. But I rather stay here in Georgia. Besides, Louisiana has this thing called stinging caterpillars. They're buck moth caterpillars. And if you have a chance, Google buck moth caterpillar. And when you Google that, that is the stuff of nightmares. They have those in Louisiana in the spring and summer. They don't have those up here in Georgia. Those things will get up under your car handle like in the spring and summer and will sting you, and you won't even know they're there. You want a nightmare tonight? Google buck moth caterpillar. All right, let's see. Gator, this is Driz215. This is my content page. Oh yeah, man. I need to make sure I follow the content. I think I am following the content page. If I'm not, I will make sure that I am. And I recognize names because I've sent you some stuff before. I've sent you decants before. So it's like, yep. Let's see. You tried LV City of Stars. Yes, I City of Stars to me was one of those fragrances that I found kind of non-spectacular. But apparently folks like it. I am looking at that Luciano clone of it because see, most of the LV fragrances, I look at them and I'm like, I'm not gonna get this because it's way too expensive, and I don't feel like the LV fragrances are worth the price tag. But some of the DNAs are nice, and City of Stars was one that was pleasant, just didn't wow me. But a lot of people like it. Joel, what's going on? The sensei. Set of the day is Versace Eros. Which one you rocking? The EDT? We're going to settle this argument right now. The EDT, the EDP, or the Parfum? Well, that was 4 fingers. Or the Parfum. Which one, Joel? Now, y'all guess. Don't even tell us, Joel. Everybody in the chat, can you guess which version of Versace Eros that Joel is wearing? Anybody that's seen Joel in these chats before, just take a wild guess which one he's wearing. I got to see this because I want to know too. Let me see. John says, yeah, it's kind of feminine for me. Let's see. I see Mo, the Canuck. Let's see. Okay, William says EDT. Yeah, I don't know with Joel. I don't know. I don't know. Andre Key Driz say, I just ordered for Car Platine. I hope it's good. Man. Joe said Will wins. Yeah, man. I think that yeah. All right. You just ordered for Car Platine. For Car Platine is I saw somebody talking about Fakar Platine the other day. I'm not sure which one is cloning. I remember it's on the tip of my tongue. It's another. I want to say it's the YSL Elixir. At least some people are saying it's the Elixir, and then I've heard some people say it's myself. So it's kind of going back and forth between the two. I would be willing to bet that it's probably myself. Okay, others said they say why Elixir. It has guava. I'm interested in that. Yeah, that's a little bit of a different take on that DNA, man. But you know what? It may be an interesting take, though. If you put guava on top of that style of DNA, I think it's going the way that Y, like the sillage, the way it projects. If you take that apple vibe and now I don't know if they're replacing the apple with the guava. But if you take that style of fragrance and you make it a guava that's like uber aromatic, not strong, because I got this Armagh Beach Party over here that I'm doing a video on this week. I'm doing a review on that one this week. And that one has guava, but it's just strong as hell. synthetic as hell too, but we're gonna get into that later in the week. But if you could take a guava note and really make that thing aromatic and like give it some effervescence like you have in like a Y, I think that might be really, really interesting. Gian says, guava sounds interesting. I don't like myself. It's so basic. Myself is really basic, but myself also just is a big compliment getter. It's weird, man. Like I popped a 5 milliliter decant of it and I wore it like in the fall, like before it got really, really cold. It was like actually like November-ish here in Atlanta. And man, like people love how that stuff smells in the air. They really do. So I don't know, man. I'm interested in that new one. I think it's the Absolute. All right. Joel said, I never leave a fragrance not sprayed. I reach back often in my clones and designers, even if I love my niche fragrances. Hey, nothing wrong with that. You definitely want to use your fragrances. That's the other thing. I have people tell me or ask me a lot, do you use all of your fragrances? Yes. Like the dents in these things don't lie. Like legitimately, I do use all of my fragrances. And most of the time when I'm buying a fragrance or when I first bring one in, I spend a lot of time with that fragrance. So like this one, for example, this is gonna get probably and I decanted out for my travel. This is probably gonna get like three days of wear or so. Just testing it. And in actuality for the summer, this is gonna be really, really, I like how this so far. I like how this is really pushing. Another one that's like that. I brought this one up the other day. I'm looking at the camera. The Aromatix one. So this one is going to get a lot of wear from me. It's going to get a lot of wear. And it's because it has kind of a cooling factor to it. That tonic water really actually adds a lot of the cooling sensation to it, to that mint that's in here. That's why I said the mint in here reminds me of the mint in You or Someone Like You, because to me, that mint has kind of a slightly cooling factor. Not mentholic, but really cooling. This has a similar vibe, the mint in here, but with that tonic water kind of sitting on top of it, makes it uber cooling. It lasts on skin for a while. I got like 6-7 hours the other day on this. These are like DNAs that I'm going to be using throughout the summer. That being said, I use all of my fragrances. So I'm not just going to use these. Eau Givray, I got to tap into Eau Givray. As a matter of fact, I have not had a chance to wear Eau Givray this summer. Well, no, I did wear it once. Take that back. I did wear it once. I said all that to say, it's okay to use your fragrances. I love to use all of my fragrances. I spin the wheel most of the time if I'm not testing to see if I'm going to use one. Or sometimes I'll spin the wheel and just say, you know what? I'm just going to wear a Rare Reef today. And I'll end up doing that. Let's see. Going back in here. All right. What you sipping? Oh, man. So my usual, man. My usual. Got my little tequila, my añejo tequila with the chocolate bitters and the walnut bitters. And yeah, always, man. Always keep a glass of tequila somewhere near me. Or whiskey, one of the two. All right. Racket Club, what's going on? Scent of the day, Moscow Mule, very nice. That's another one that has like a little bit of a cooling factor to it. A lot of people say, "Oh, that's Nautica Voyage. That's Nautica Voyage," and I mean, kinda. It's got a little bit of a extra little brightness and fizziness from the ginger that they use in there, and a little trade secret here. I like Moscow Mule better than I like the OG Blue Moon Ginger Dash. Blue Moon Ginger Dash is very accurate to the drink that it's trying to mimic. And because of that, it goes sour. I don't know if you've ever smelled Blue Moon Ginger Dash. It's kind of got a sourness to it, and the longer it sits on your skin, even though it kind of dissipates, it just that sourness it can be kind of a turn off if you have it on skin too long. It's one of those fragrances that when I wear it, I want to wash it off after a couple of hours. You know, it's like, okay, this is good. It did what it wanted to do. I'm gonna go ahead and wash it off now. So I like Blue Moon Ginger Dash, but it's like I said, sour. Moscow Mule doesn't have that. It's a little bit fresher than that, a little bit more watery. It's something that I feel like is a little bit more of a pleasant summer wear. And that's the other thing with Blue Moon Ginger Dash in the summertime and the heat. That sourness really does play. So I prefer that Moscow Mule. So good choice on the scent of the day. All right. Gavin, what's going on, man? Scent of the day, Narcotica, Happy Dust. I don't know if I don't think I've ever put my nose on Happy Dust. I got that Narcotica Limonada coming in right now in a decant, and I'm excited about Limonada because just the note breakdown on there makes me say that thing is fantastic. Gian says, I'll wait till it's 18 bucks. I feel like all the Facars eventually get below 20. They do. William Rodriguez, same Joel. I try to wear everything I have. Major Davis said, I just got the new Lattafa in today and I like it a lot, but it only gave me 3 hours. So basically that's telling me I'm going to have to let it sit for about 1 to 2 months. And that's possible. Which Lattafa is it? Which are the new Lattafas? Because there's Petra, which I actually want to get my nose on Petra. From what I read in the a lot of the forum groups and stuff like that, it kind of comes across a little bit feminine, which means to me it's probably something that's going to be kind of a unisex style of fragrance. It's the note breakdown doesn't scream feminine to me, but I guess that's something that I'm gonna have to try to find out for myself. Let's see. Andre Key said, Gian, I think myself Le Parfum is much better. I like myself Le Parfum better as well. I haven't had the decant of it to wear, like to actually kind of experience it. But I was the same way with the Y, the Y Le Parfum. I was a big fan of Y Le Parfum, more than I was, the regular Y EDP or EDT. Although I wore the hell out of EDP. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's see. Going through the chat. Mo, when you're doing your YouTube comeback, yeah, you got to do a YouTube comeback. Got to bring back to YouTube. Major Davis said, I got that one in 2 weeks ago. Very nice. Yeah. Joel said, Gian, closer, but not there yet. When I really decide, it'll be hoping for longer than last time. You got to jump back on. You got to jump back on, Joe. I mean, you definitely have the knowledge. You got all of that stuff going, man. You got to jump back on. You got to get your YouTube game back up. By the way, guys, if y'all are in here, hey, just hit the like button, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Let it run them up a little bit. Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's see. Gian said, I'm gonna start buying my fall fragrances soon. Yeah, me too. Me too. I mentioned this the other day. The Fierte Luna is the first fall fragrance that I got coming. I went ahead and I got to pull the trigger on that one. So that's the first one I got coming. I am probably bringing in the Society Ombre, which I should have been got Society Ombre. I don't know why I didn't get it initially, but bringing that in. And there's a couple of other ones that are in my cart right now. And y'all already know the fragrance by cart be real. Let me see. What's the best myself dupe? YSL prices are high for no reason. I don't know of any really good myself dupes. I think from what I've heard, Armoff has one that can be considered a dupe, but from everything I've heard, it's awful. Like it's not meant to be a dupe, but some people are saying because it's got orange blossom in it works. But trust me, there'll be some trust me. Let's see. Major David said, I'm still trying to figure out the Afnan though. Man, look, Afnan's got some good stuff, but Afnan to me can be kind of hit and miss. Um, like I am I'm okay with 9 p.m. Like a lot of people go gaga over 9 p.m. I'm not the biggest 9 p.m. fan. I know. Everybody's gonna come for me for that. I like 9 p.m. Rebel, the one that I have back there. It's pretty good. 9 p.m. Quick story. When I first got 9 p.m., my wife and I were dating at the time, and my wife was like, "Ain't no way you gonna wear that around me, man. That just smells like straight up spray starch." Like she hates with a passion 9 p.m. And once you spray starch on 9 p.m., you can't unsmell it. So I ended up giving it away, man, to a mover, and he fell in love with it. So let's see. Will says, I really like limonada, very refreshing in my opinion. Yeah, that's the no breakdown makes me say that's gonna be fantastic, man. I am looking forward. The only thing about that one is that I'm scared that I'm gonna love it and I'm gonna have to get a bottle. And because there are some fragrances, man, when you smell it, like Room 15, 1015 Wave Child. As soon as I smelled it, I was like, I'm probably gonna end up having to get a bottle of this. And I've worn it out a couple of times, and I made a promise to myself that I will not buy Wave Child until I'm finished with that 10 mil decant. And Lord knows I probably have maybe 2 mil left. And I'm sitting there like, 3 mil, maybe 3 mil left. And I'm like, yeah, I might as well go ahead and get it. I might as well. So I'm just scared that I'm gonna like it. Some of the toppers never get stronger for me. My Sacrat is still weak sauce. Some people think that Sacrat is strong. So I wonder, some people have different like nose blinds. And then, so I wonder if that's what it is. Sacrat to me, I kind of felt the same way you did when I first smelt it. It wasn't very strong to me. But hey, both of us might have the same nose blindness because I've talked to other people that are like, man, it's beast mode. So I don't know, man. We'll see. All right, Will said, any thoughts on another 13? I think that another 13 needs a better clone. I think Soothing Zephyr is the clone of another 13, and apparently it's not the closest clone to it because I've smelled Soothing Zephyr and I've smelled another 13, and I'm kind of like, so yeah, it's one of those DNAs that I like, but I don't feel like it's worth the purchase price, if that makes sense. Let's see. Gavin's okay. Major Davis said for car Platine. Platine must be like the new name because they have the Fakar Platine. Of course, Neeb has that Aromatix Platine Privé, and then somebody else has a Platine fragrance that just dropped. So everybody's jumping on the Platine bandwagon. I hope that's not the new L'Exclusif or Elixir. Gavin Walker says, I love Limonada. It is the best summer frag from Narcotica. I also like a lot Anello Penoir. Anello Penoir. That sounds classy as fuck. That sounds like something that I need to put my nose on. Anello Penoir. That sounds like some shit you kind of swirl around in your glass. Gian says, another 13 is a masterpiece. I'm not saying it's bad, though. It's good. I don't know. I don't know. You know what other thing I'm noticing too? There are certain fragrance DNAs that if I smell it on the wrong day, I'm gonna be like, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Torino 21 is a perfect example of that, man. When I first smelled Torino 21, I was just kind of like, oh, okay, good deal. It's cool. It wasn't until like a couple of months after the initial time I smelled it, I went into a little niche store around here, and they had it on display. That one in Torino 23. And I was kind of like, okay, they're okay. And then I smelled 20. I'm like, ooh, that was a good one. What is that one? They're like Torino 21. I'm like, oh, I have smelled that before. Why does it smell so much better now? So that does happen from time to time. They said, I got that Ecan. No, that's the one. Okay, so Ecan, because that's the Ecan Black, I believe, is the myself. And from everything that I've heard about the Ecan, it's a good fragrance on its own, but it kind of deviates from myself in the dry down. This is what I'm getting, what I remember from it. That's actually Ecan Gold and Ecan Black. Yeah, so there's two of them. There's Ecan Gold, which I think Ecan Gold is the Altair, and then the Ecan Black is the myself. Let's say, how close is that 9 p.m. Rebel to that lattafa? My lattafa only lasts a few hours. Which lattafa are we talking about? Because 9 p.m. Rebel, I feel like is a it's close to a Ventus Absolute. If you were to name one that is closest to, it's closest to a Ventus Absolute. But in all honesty, it kind of has its own thing going for it as well. I get more of a caramelly style of nuance as it gets kind of closer in dry down. Right now, though, when I first smelled this, and I think I did the first impressions on this, when I first smelled 9 p.m. Rebel, I was like, man, this smells like a higher quality of Kied Al Farsan. As it's kind of sat and as I've revisited it a few times and worn it a few times, it's a lot closer to a Ventus Absolute, but it doesn't feel as grounded as a Ventus Absolute does. Definitely not as high quality in that aspect, in that vein, but as a fragrance on its own, it's actually pretty solid. It's actually a pretty good compliment frag too, because every time I wear this, somebody's like, damn, you smell good. Like literally, damn, you smell good. Those 4 words have come out of people's mouths like multiple times verbatim when I've worn this. So yeah. Let's see. Rayon Lion is much closer to 9 p.m. That's what I hear. I hear that that the Rayhan version of Aventus Absolute is the closer, or just the closer one. And then of course you got Prescio, which I don't think you get much closer than that. Let me see. Scent is God of Fire way better than PDM Haltane 2. Oh, I don't know what we're talking about here. Scent is God of Fire way better than PDM Haltane 2. I like the God of Fire DNA better than I like Haltane's DNA. I had the Zephyr since last year and I just cannot get with it. It's still in my closet. A lot of people say that. Like I've talked to a couple of people who have Soothing Zephyr. Matter of fact, the reason I ended up smelling it is because my partner Greg has it. And I was like, oh, okay, it's cool. You know, smelling it as a comparison. He was like, man, I never wear it. Yeah, like he got the bottle and it's just not something he ever wears. Joe said, just the FYI to everyone, a new drop that wasn't there yesterday on Fragrance by Versace Eros Najim. Yes. So Versace Eros Najim is on Fragrance by. And I got to give a shout out to my folks down there in Miami, man. Anu Store. That's ANUA. Anu Store. They've had Najim for a while. It's at $89 down there. If you get a chance, man, for a lot of Middle Eastern DNAs, they're a great source for that, man. I know some of the folks there, Mohamed Len. I know you definitely want to check out our new store. They've got Najim. They're usually the first with a lot of like they were the first ones with Rare Reef that I remember seeing. They were the first ones. They've had Najim on their site now for probably about a month or a little bit over a month. Like they had it on their site before Joma Shop did. So take a look at them. Put it in your Rolodex. So if you have a chance, man, you just go through there and see what they got going on, man. Let me see. Go back in the chat here. Gian Joel, that one doesn't interest me at all, and I love all the arrows. You know what, Gian? I there's a part of me that was feeling like that, but then there's a part of me that says I definitely want to put my nose to it, and it may be one that I'm waiting for fall. That's another one that I'm waiting for fall to bring it in, but it may be one that might be a sleeper hit for me. Dame in the building. What's going on, Dame? Major says, our Lux is trying to get $100 for that new Versace. I'll be waiting for that price to drop big time. So Najim is going to end up dropping. You're probably going to see it drop a good bit, man, in like going towards the winter. I don't see it dropping a whole lot, but it's probably going to end up getting in that $60 range. That's probably going to be the floor for it. Let's see, Gianna the same. It seems like a meh. Yeah. Some people say that, man. I do want to bring it in as a fall fragrance, though, because I do like the Eros DNA. Damius Maximus. I haven't seen you since Dedrick stopped his live. Damius Maximus. Yeah, man. I was kind of tore up about Dedrick stopping the lives, man. Because Dedrick's just a good dude, bro. And I wish him all of the best. All, positive energy, positive vibes is something that I really can appreciate because I feel like that, man. I have people right now that are, I had somebody kind of report to me that somebody was on live talking smack about your boy. And I just never let it bother me, man. Because to me, it's always about positive energy, man. Like, I don't ever want to put anything negative out there into the world, man, because like Dedrick used to say, man, you put negative stuff into the world, it comes back. There's too much negative stuff going on in the world right now. All you got to do is turn on the news. No, you ain't got to turn on the news. Your YouTube feed a lot of times get bombarded with crap. There's enough negative stuff going on right now to where I'm not worried about the negative, man. Let's get some positivity going. So I appreciate Dedrick for that, man. And it just how you can tell somebody's a good dude, man, just by watching them, and some of the things that they say and some of the things. Yeah. Like there was a bunch of stuff that was going on in FragCom a while back that, everybody was kind of getting involved with the crap throwing and all that, except for Dedrick. He just was like, I'm gonna stay here in my corner. Even when people was talking about him, stay there in my corner. I'm gonna chill, positive energy, positive vibes. So I always shout out Dedrick for being just a good dude, man. Just a good dude. That's in life, that's what you want. You want to be a good person, man. At least I do. There's a lot of people who attain and desire to be a piece of shit. And hey, for them to each their own. You could do that too. I know a lot of successful pieces of shit. All right. Let's see. Absolute Aventus and Lil Baccarat 540 equals 9 p.m. Rebel. Yeah, I could definitely say that. I could definitely see that, Drew. Like, one of the things that I was saying when they first dropped it was that the bottle color was going to instantly make people think about Absolute Aventus. I mean, not Absolute, Baccarat. And hey, it does. It really does make people think Baccarat. Let's see. Dame says, I wore Afnan's Rare Reef 2 days straight this week, and with my collection, that's nuts. Yes. This is going to be one that I'm going to, now you got to make me spray it again. This is going to be one that I'm going to end up wearing a couple times this weekend. Just because I really do like, I'm shaking all this shit up. Just because I really do like this DNA a lot. I like how it presents, and it gets into that aquatic nature as it kind of goes into the dry down. I'm a big fan of the way that the aquatic comes in. I like it a lot. Racket Club says, Major Davis, how many hours do you get from that Itcon Noir? Yeah, I'd like to know that too, man. Because my guy Paragon Fragrances, man, Nate was talking about him a little while back, man, and I had already had it in the cart. And my guy Vegas says, I can't forget about Jamar. Jamar be on it. Jamar be having like Jamar shops on Fragrance Buy like I shop on Fragrance Buy. Like we go on there, and as soon as we type in 2025 and we see all of the new releases that pop up, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna get this for the channel. I'm gonna get this for the channel. And man, we talked about that before. How it's like, man, you beat me to that review. Dang, you beat me to that one. You know, going back and forth. Let's see. Henry says, what's your favorite afternoon swim clone? If I was to say my favorite one is probably Pinus Oran. Pinus Oran is a little bit sweeter, a little bit more frothy at the top of it. There's something with those Pinus fragrances where they have a little bit more of a frothy style of intro to them. Just thick, they're dense, like super dense, but it does kind of like dial back, and then you're getting mostly a really good interpretation of the afternoon swim DNA. But I always tell people, as good as a DNA of afternoon swim is, the real thing is probably better than most of them. But if you're going to get a clone, just get Still Life in Rio, because it's going to be a more interesting fragrance, and it's going to have some of those aspects of an afternoon swim, but it's going to have rum and coconut as it gets into the dry down, and makes it a lot more interesting. And it's only like $100. Yeah, it's going to be more than a little bit of a clone, but you're not going to regret it. Not going to regret it. A quarter of the cost of a bottle of afternoon swim, more interesting, lasts longer on skin, and on top of that, it's just a gorgeous fragrance. Let me see. Oh, y'all talking about the lives and stuff. Everybody be doing lives around this time. I think Oda Erica was on a live, Grim was on a live. I was like, dang. Let's see. Major said, well, I just got that Itcon today also, and I purchased it because of reviews, but so far it's supposed to be a twist combo of Y myself and EDP. Smells pretty good. Okay, well, that's cool. Henry said, what's the name of the website? I'm not too far from Miami. So there's a couple of them in Miami that I'm real cool with. The Valencia is one. Best Brands is another one. And then Anu Store, ANUA. Is it ANUA or ANAU? I want to say ANAU, sorry. Anu Store. That one I get a lot of stuff from. So if you go to their website, you'll be able to get it, and you can actually pick up in store. They do have the option, if you find something online, to pick it up in store. So that might be something you think about doing, man. Especially if you're not too far. Tell them the Novice Nose sent you. Tell them Gator, Novice Nose. Wow, Gian said, I see Joel every day. LOL, more than my family. Yeah, Joel be everywhere, man. Joel be on all the lives. Joel be everywhere, man. But that's good. Like I said, he's the moderator's moderator. All right. Racket Club said, Major Davis, you got me sold in. I love that scent profile. Hey, Joel, I don't even know what we're talking about, but hey, we're family. All right, I think I'm down now. Okay, let's see. I'm almost there. John, almost everyone you subscribe to, I be in their lives, bro. Like I said, just gotta catch me. Yeah, dang. I haven't seen you in a lot of lives, but hey. Hey, family, I'm going to put y'all on a banger Anarchy No Rules Parfum. Our Lux got it for 60. I was on Our Lux the other day and I did see it. Is it good? It's like really good, because I did see that one. Joel said, I was Gian said, Joel and Dame, man, I only watch Ross Gator Grimm and this one guy, Chris Siage. Yeah. I try to watch everybody now. When I get the chance to. Let's see. Major, what does it smell like? Smells to me of the blue talisman do that I have, except it's a little sweeter, just a little. And we got to be talking about Taraki Blue Electric. Let's see. Skipping down a little bit. Any word on when that Kalad Shiaka shadow drops? I need to actually talk to my guy at Anu, because they've actually put me on a couple of them, like, oh, this is going to be dropping in the next couple of weeks, or this is going to be dropping in the next. But I'm hearing the last time I saw anything on it was that you're going to be looking at September. But I don't know that for sure. That's just me hearing stuff through the grapevine. The fragrance that I've been like hounding them about is Lacoste Silver Gray. Like, I know makeup has it. I just don't trust makeup, especially for the price that they've got it at. And then one other store has it. Beauty the Shop has it, but I don't want to pay $113 or $120 something for the 100 mil. As much as I love the Lacoste L1212 DNA, I just don't see myself paying that much for it. Let's see. Smooth. What's going on? Still Life in Rio. I've been hearing excellent things about that. I love it. I love Still Life in Rio. Amazing. Amazing fragrance, man. Amazing. If you have not smelled it, get your nose on it. It is amazing. I love it. I love it. I need to start putting my decant codes up here again. So I can be like, hey, you want to smell it? Give me $4. I'll let you smell it. Let's see. Afnan Rare Reef Smoke Specific Chill. And Gian probably soon. Life is going a lot right now. And they talking about OKC. Hey, I can see that. So does Afnan Rare Reef Smoke Pacific Chill? It does its thing. If you were to look at value per price point, yeah. I mean, from what I know of it now, as it's been going. Now, of course, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get stronger. I've had it since yesterday. It's gonna get stronger. Just that overnight stay. When I touched it today, when I smelled it today, it had already smoothed out a good bit. And I was able to really decipher the more aquatic nature as it went into like the 2 hours into the dry down. It really did get a lot more like aquatic in its vibe. So right now, value-wise, yeah, I can't argue that. But we shall see. We shall see coming up here in the next couple of weeks here. Rooting for OKC, and they're home, and it's been a good series. You know what? As much as I like the NBA, I've been out of touch with the NBA. Like, when I had a basketball body and I was playing basketball every day and doing all that kind of stuff, I kept up more with it. But once I got a football body, I just kind of lost track of it, man. Let's see. Major Davis said, well, I sprayed the lattafa one on one arm, it can, the opposite arm, and I still smell the it can and not the new lattafa platine. So that's the answer right there. That's the answer right there. It comes good. From what I heard, it's good. Will says, good night, all. I got work in the morning, man. Good night. You have a good one, man. Have a good day at work tomorrow, man. Smooth says, still Life in Rio is still 200 plus. Fragrancebuy.ca. Go to fragrancebuy.ca. If they've got it in stock. If they've got it in stock. Matter of fact, that'd be a good time to check and see if it's in stock on fragrancebuy.ca. All right, so little impromptu intervention here. It's sad that I have fragranceworld.ca literally pulled up like one of the first things you get to on my phone. There we go. Sold out, of course. All right. I was checking to see the tester sold out. The box is sold out. That's the only thing. Put your notification on Fragrance Buy, and you'll see it when it comes up. That one is one, it'll sneak in and they'll have it for like $110. I know that what you call it has it, but it's gonna be more expensive. Um, Fragrance Net. I know Fragrance Net has it. Let's see. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you how much it is on Fragrance Net right now. Still Life in Rio. Fragrance.net. I sold out on Fragrance.net too right now. You know what? Then again, it is the summertime. So folks are trying to buy that thing up. It is summertime. But yeah, put that reminder on because it will come in stock. I never see it out of stock more, longer than about 4 weeks. Let's see. No, it's the Maison Absar Legacy that I'm comparing to Anarchy to. Oh, okay. Name said, and the thing is, it's an extract plus the performance of sillage is nuts. It really does its own thing. The dry down, the sexy stuff, man, it has more depth. Yeah. If we're talking about Rare Reef, definitely. Sillage Saint in the building. What's going on with you, man? What is happening? Just sitting here talking fragrances, man. Just kind of doing my thing. Sipping and talking fragrances. That's basically what it's about. Excuse me. I got a couple of them on the wall, man. Oh, wow. Okay. That I am interested. I'm really, oh Lord. I was about to say, is the lights going out? That I'm really interested in getting these reviews up for. Of course, the Aromatix one. That one is one that I'm definitely interested in getting the review up for. Definitely. But this is going to be a sleeper one, guys. I think I brought it up the other day. And it's that Fragrance World Salt. So when you see it, you're like, okay, salt. What is that all about? Is that going to be like wood sage and sea salt, that type of vibe? Kinda. It won't even, there it goes. Kinda that kind of vibe. But what this has in it, it has some red fruits at the top. It gives clean laundry, but at the same time, it has a little bit more of a depth to it. At the beginning of the fragrance, those red fruits kind of kick in. It gives you like a really salty, not really an aquatic vibe. It's just kind of a salty style of fragrance. And it's really nice. This is one of those like super office safe style of fragrances. And then you can just spray it on. It has a sneaky little bit of a longevity to it too. I love the way the cap just, it's a good cap. But it's got a sneaky bit of longevity to it. It lasts like 6 to 7 hours on skin. And with this type of DNA, you wouldn't think that it would, but it does. It lasts for a while on skin, man. The other thing about this one is the price. You're looking probably around that $20 to $25 range for it. And not a lot of people have gotten into it just yet, this is one of those that I found just kind of messing around on Fragrance Buy, and I was like, let me bring this in and see what it's about, man. I just want to see what it's about. It may be a wood sage and sea salt clone. It was not. It has some aspects of that, but it's not that. And it was actually a great pickup. So I'm excited about doing the review on that one. And then, oh man. So I am excited and also dreading the review on this one. This is Armoff Beach Party. So Remember when I was talking about guava earlier and how a good guava is nice, and I'm interested in what that guava is doing. This ring is insane. This is interesting. This is one of the only well, that's not true. This is one of those fragrances that my wife was like, you gotta wash that shit off. It's really easy to overspray this fragrance. You won't even mean to overspray it. It just happens because it's so freaking synthetic at the top that you won't realize what's happening until you've already nuked the building. Major says, LOL, Gator, I had the salt for about 3 months and I got to start wearing it. Hey, yeah. So you have it. So you know what I'm talking about. It's one of those fragrances that it's not going to wow you, but it's one of those fragrances that is like I call a utility fragrance. Like it's one that you could wear to the office and be like, okay, you smell good. Definitely. And, you're not offensive at all. That's really what that is. You could wear it, running errands and stuff, and it's not offensive. It's just a great little fragrance. See, I just bought Maison Azar Vision. It's a Pacific Chill dupe. All right, so we got to get into these Pacific Chill dupes. I've got, of course, the Afnan Rare Reef right there, but also the Vibe, which to me, I still, even with Rare Reef, I'm going back and forth between that one and this one. But you know what's interesting about them is they're different. They're both cloning that Pacific Chill DNA, but they're different. And especially in the fact of the way that they deal with the watery aspects of that fragrance. Like this is more of a watery style, kind of attributed to that DNA, while the Rare Reef is more of just an aquatic vibe. So just to, differentiate between the two, just kind of like a depth, a saltiness, kind of that kind of vibe, while this is just kind of watery. And this one reminds me more of the original Pacific Chill. But I like the take on this one a lot. So I'm looking forward to that. I have another Pacific Chill inspiration that should be coming in. And then I'm going to be doing a lot of Torinos. This one was my scent of the day yesterday. This is Turin 31. Turin 31 from Anash is a Torino 21 inspired fragrance. And it's definitely got some Torino 21 aspects to it. I can't wait to actually do the review on this one because there's some things about this that I like a lot. And then there's some things about this that I absolutely detest, like for real. Major David said, okay, Gator, help me with the Rare Reef because I'm on the fence about it. I don't know if I like it that much yet. So how long have you had it? Now, I'm going to be done blowing my nose out, but I love smelling the stuff in the air. So what? I'm not rubbing. I just did like this. Tap, tap. But to me, I mentioned this earlier. Somebody came on my video and said that I believe it was Frank Salas came on the video and said that it's supposed to be kind of an amalgamation of Pacific Chill and Megamar. I don't see the strength of aquatic that Megamar is, but I can understand a little bit of that thought because as this dries down, it does get more aquatic. This has a muted fruit note at the top and more coriander and a little bit more of an aromatic vibe Pacific Chill is more fruits that you get at the top. I think the twist though is nice because even though it's not as fruity, you are getting something that's going to be a little bit more aquatic. So this is going to be more for the aquatic lovers out there. If you're into like your Polo Deep Blues, or you're into your Socrates, your Chiquiteri, like the one I was talking about earlier. If you're into aquatics, then you'll probably be into this one more than the regular Pacific Chill. But if you're more into that Pacific Chill DNA and you like the way that the fruits present in there, then you may have a little bit of a struggle dealing with it. I would say, where's Mario? Oh, that's my phone. Okay. All right. Yeah. I have to check the phone because my wife's actually doing some sorority stuff right now. But yeah, so if I was to compare the two, and for you, Dame, this is my thought, is that you're probably not Dame, Major. So this is my thought because I was reading the name right there underneath. So if you're looking at these two, it really boils down. And there are gonna be people that'll be like, John Low Vibe ain't even the best Pacific Chill. Go talk to your mama. Look, this one right here, like real talk, is a lot better than people give it credit for, because what it does is it actually does mimic the progression that Pacific Chill has. The fruit note is a little bit off. The fruit blend is a little bit off at the top. So when you first smell it, it smells good, but it's not. It's a little bit more like orange citrus leaning. But as it dries down, and I'm talking about like literally like 15 to 20 minutes into the dry down, the apricot wakes up in here. So you start getting a little bit more of that tart, like fleshy apricot. So it really starts, as it dries down more, starts to really mimic what the Pacific Chill does. This one is a little bit watery. And not quite. Some of the issues that I have with some of the other inspirations is that they're more dense. This one kind of nails the watery aspects of Pacific Chill. This one, you're looking at the spices. This one is not the most accurate, but what it is doing in here is that it is actually giving you a little bit of a variation on that DNA. You, Major, might like this one more. And I got a feeling you would like this one more than this one, because I can see that the biggest complaint about this one is that it's going to deviate from some of the things that people love most about the original Pacific Chill. And that's that fruit blend at the top, where you're getting that little nice juicy apricot in there. And then as it goes into the mids, you're getting something that's gonna have like that little sweetness, the aromatic sweetness from the dates and those things like that. This one doesn't really have that as much. You do get a little bit of the fig and dates as it goes into the dry down, and it is there. But it's not as uber present as it is in Pacific Chill, or dare I say in here even. But what this is going to give you is a lot more aquatic, a lot more long-lasting style of DNA. So this is going to kind of a toss-up between these. I got a feeling, though, you'll like this one a little bit better, Major. That being said, aquatics always have room in a collection, man. Dame says, Watch Tropical and Platine Blanc by Neve have piqued my interest. Platine Blanc is amazing. I that fragrance surprised me. It really did surprise me. I didn't think that I was gonna like it as much as I'd like it, but I like it a lot. I really do, man. It's got an it factor to it. It's got a true like it factor. And whew, man, it's got an it factor to it that will make people stand up. And it's already, the 2 times that I've worn it out, I've gotten 4 compliments on it. I got 3 when I was, well, no, I'll take that back. No, 4, because I got 3 from work, and then I had a random woman, like I passed by in on the aisle in Walmart. That no, it wasn't in Walmart. So no. Where was I going? Because she stopped me at the door. I opened up the door for her, and she walked by and she stopped back. It was like, oh yeah, you smell nice, and walked off. Where was I? I can't remember where I was. But 4 compliments ain't bad on 2 wears. So let's see. Name said, to me, Rare Reef is its own thing. In the deep dry down, I get the sweetness from the dates and the amber. Yes. So in the deeper dry down, it's definitely there, man. It's super citrus forward for hours on end. And that stopped me, to be honest. The dry down shot me too. So what I'm getting from Rare Reef, Dame, is I get the fruitiness is there, but it's muted more than it is in Pacific Chill. So Pacific Chill, you get more of the fruit forwardness. In Rare Reef, you're not get it's there. That's the thing. It is there. You get the mint and all that kind of stuff there too. But I feel like the coriander is more of the star of the show in Rare Reef, where you're getting a lot more of that peppery, that spicy, that aromatic at the top, while your fruits are a little bit muted. Now, that being said, your fruitiness is going to kind of last throughout, and you're getting that fruitiness there, but it's just not as prevalent, especially when you're thinking about the DNA compared to like a Jean Lo Vibe or a Pinus White or anything like that. But the thing I like about it is that in that deeper dry down, it actually goes more aquatic. Like you can kind of that fig and the dates and everything. That sweetness is kind of accompanied by this kind of aquatic kind of vibe to it, and it makes it just the right variation for me to say that if you were to have that and to have one of the other inspirations, it wouldn't feel redundant in your collection. Or if you had the original Pacific Chill and you went with that Rare Reef, it wouldn't be completely redundant. Maybe in the first like hour or so, you might be like, I don't know. But as it gets into like that 2-3 hour dry down, when that one gets a little bit more of aquatic, the density of it comes into play, then I think that the redundancy kind of wavers a little bit, and I think you can go and have both of them in your collection and feel good about it. Let's see. Henry said freshies are my favorite. Hey, right now, this time of year, it's my favorite too. Lou Dissel, what's going on, man? What is going on, dude? What is your set of the day, Mr. Lou Dissel? Name said it's in the wheelhouse of Pacific Chill, though, because that opening is super citrus forward and minty, and then you get apricot in the mid. Man, I see Rare Reef aging gracefully. Yes. So just the overnight that I've had Rare Reef, man, it has changed already. So my thought is give that stuff about a week to 2 weeks, and it's going to have smoothed out a good bit. If you have not seen my video yet, my first impressions video, watch the first impressions video, because first of all, they had that gunk in the, I don't know if it happened to you, Dave, but it had this, like, it had that perfumer's alcohol in the nozzle, and I made one of my rookie mistakes where I just sprayed it directly on skin and not in the air to kind of blow it out first. Man, it literally choked the hell out of me on the video, and I left it in too because I felt like a rookie for a minute. But after that, man, after I blew the line out and did all that kind of stuff, it actually went out really well. Major David said, I'm gonna have to get that vibe. I keep hearing how good it is. Man, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's really good. The one thing I will caution you on with Vibe is it's one of those that when you first spray it on, I say give it about a week. Like I would say with Rare Reef, give it about a week to let it kind of get itself together. And I say that, but then at the same time, my brothers didn't have any problem. Like my brother got it, and right off the bottle, he was, oh man, it was fine. Mine, it took about a week for it to get itself together. And I checked the batch code, it was on a different batch code. So that's probably why. Major David said, Gator, you're right. I think that vibe would be more of my flavor. Yeah, man, it's not bad. And you're gonna hear people downplay that vibe online. And I think it's because there is a little bit of a bitterness towards the Jean Low line. I'm not sure where that came from. But there's a lot of people that are not the biggest fans of that line. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Azure, that Jean Low Azure, I knew you noticed when they asked me what was the best afternoon swim clone, I went immediately to Orin. Azure to me, for some reason, just don't. It ain't it. It ain't it. I don't even know why. It's just not it. Major David said, yeah, that Aromatix Blanc is very, very nice, and I love it. Yeah, Petit Blanc is amazing, man. To me, it is on my radar now for best summer release this year. Just saying. Word. Wow, man. After the first spray, it was good to go on my end, but now I'm gonna definitely be getting that Platine Blanc. I'll get Hawass Tropical because I know it's strong. So Hawass Tropical is one that I may actually go ahead and bring in my first Hawass, because I've gotten people that have given me decants of Hawasses and all that kind of stuff, and it's never moved the needle for me. I've never been one to be like, oh, that's gonna be, oh, I want that one, or I want that one. They've never done it. This one may be the one to do it. Because I was already kind of looking at Cosmic Giardino. So that one may be the one to do it for me. Because the Paradise Garden DNA, I'm not the biggest LeBeau fan, but the Paradise Garden DNA I do like. I can appreciate it. So that may be my foray into Hawass, man. Let's see. Max Millie, what's going on? What's some of your first colognes growing up? Mine was Michael Jordan, Cool Water, and Candies for Men. LOL. This was like 90s. So growing up, man, you know, I came up during a time, man, where, you know, folks was talking about Cool Water cologne and stuff. You know, mine was Nautica. Nautica was one of the first ones that I experienced. That used to be my thing, man. Smelling like watermelon, Jolly Ranchers, and Nautica, man. But as I kind of got older, a lot of my experience went to Aqua de Gios. Trying to think of what else I was wearing back then, man. Tommy, wore a little bit of Tommy. And this was before I really had like a sense of what fragrances really did. I had gotten a bottle when I was in high school of Valentino V and had no idea what I was doing, and was blowing motherfuckers out of the water when I was spraying that Valentino V on. The Nautica, man, that was another one. Didn't know what I was doing, blowing folks out of the water with the Nautica. But yeah, man, like Aqua de Gio was always one that I was into. Came up into Eternity, and Obsession. Obsession was another one. Obsession for Men. Eternity was a big one for me. Yeah, man, like just those style of fragrances. Your standard, department store fare. But yeah, that was kind of how I kind of vibed back then, They said a Solar Blue and Vibrato will be coming home soon, as well as R&B by Zernell Gilly. So Solar Blue is one of my holy grail. I'm gonna end up getting that fragrances. So good, man. Man, that's one that I'm definitely getting. I'm definitely gonna get a Solar Blue. I try my best to kind of like stay away from stuff that I know I'm gonna be spending a lot of money on. But some stuff is just worth it. When I got Imagination was just worth it. It was worth the $300 bottle. So, quick story. Did you guys know that if you buy a bottle of Imagination, you can refill that bottle for like half the price of the Imagination? Sometimes lower than that. Did you know that? Did you know that that Imagination bottle is refillable? And that Louis Vuitton will refill that bottle? Secret? I didn't know that. The first bottle of Imagination that I bought, I threw it away. And I was like, oh man, I want to get Imagination. I want to re-up on it, man, but I ain't got the bread. It wasn't until somebody told me after the fact, oh, you know, you could have refilled that and it was going to be half price. I was sick. Sick. But yeah, some fragrances are just worth it, man. Some, you just got to do it. You just got to pull the trigger on it. And that's saying something with Louis Vuittons, because I'm not the biggest Louis Vuitton, like gotta be. Pacific Chill, I got that one. Imagination, I got that one. Anything else was just like, why? But hey, sometimes it's worth it, man. Sometimes it's worth it. Isola Blue is worth it. I'm hoping that Narcotica Limonada is gonna be worth it as well. Henry said, I'm rocking Cool Water EDT right now. Oh man, hell yeah. Racket Club said CKB was one of my first back when I was in 5th grade. Yeah, man. The 5th grade sense. Look, Old Spice. Snuck in and got me some Old Spice. I was like in 2nd grade, smelling like an old man. You see, okay, y'all, I gotta go because my wife is spoiling my fun. Peace and hair grease. Man, y'all, you have a good one. Tell the wifey what's happening. Tell her what's going on, man. Ricky Garrett, what's up, bro? Just popping on late, man. What's going on, man? What's going on, Ricky? We ain't doing that. We just sitting around here talking shit, you know, basically. What you said of the day, man? Like, one of the things that I am starting to kind of pick up here in the last couple of months is that I feel like this year, a lot of these fragrance houses are dropping their fragrances at season appropriate times. Like, you remember last year where it seemed like these fragrance houses were dropping summer fragrances in the winter and winter fragrances in the summertime? Yeah. This year it seems like they're hitting the marks right on time. French Avenue dropping this right on time. Dropping Pierce, the Perseus dupe, right on time. A lot of them are really dropping them like so that they'll be ready to buy. You know, which is a little bit different than what they've been doing in the last few years, man. Scent of the day is Moscow Mule. Somebody else is wearing Moscow Mule in the chat, man. It's great scent. This is great. And this during this time of year, awesome scent, man. It's an awesome scent to sit on during this time of year. Racket Club says, Gator, have you tried the new Versace yet? I got it coming. So my biggest thing is the Najim. And if you're talking about Najim, I smelled a decant of it a while back. And in all honesty, I can't even remember how it smelled. And in all honesty, I'm getting to a point where I don't even trust some of the decants that are coming out of some of these things yet. I don't know if y'all been following, but the whole thing that I had with Fig Me Up, on the carded decant was ridiculous. Different fragrance. So, but yeah, it's on my fall haul. It's on my fall haul because it doesn't seem like it's gonna have much utility for me in the summer, but for the fall, it's gonna be perfect. Henry said, "Do you like Dylan Blue?" I do. I do. I think Dylan Blue is awesome utility blue. Perfect when it comes to like having like it has all the perfect aspects of an interesting blue. I would contend though that you said Versace, the Versace Eau Fraiche, the new Versace Eau Fraiche. Are you talking about the Eau Fraiche Extreme? Not yet. I don't think anybody's got it yet. It's coming though. As soon as I see it available, oh, I'm getting it. Like as soon as I see it available, it's coming home. It's coming home. But yeah, if you like Dylan Blue, let me challenge you to one here. This is Loewe Cobalt 7. Come on, focus. Why is it not focusing? Or is it focused and I don't realize it's focused? Are my eyes not focused? There it is. All right. I mean, it ain't like y'all couldn't read it anyway. But this is better Blue de Chanel. A lot of people say it's better Blue de Chanel. Hey, why my bottle feel light? Hey, so never teach your people how to decant. I knew I was missing some of those decant bottles. Hey, somebody go get it. Woosah. We're doing it live right now. So, this fragrance has some black currant in there, man. It gives the Blue de Chanel vibes, but it comes across a little bit more smoky, a little bit more fruity, and then the Blue de Chanel does here. But it is a compliment magnet, man. And so if you're liking a Dylan Blue with a little bit of the fruity pop and a little bit of the smoky nature of it, go with this. Try that and see how you feel about it because it's going to be a little bit better quality than your Dylan Blue is. And like I said, it's got a little bit more of a compliment factor. Dylan Blue has a compliment factor as well, but I like this a lot. And I would equate this to being kind of an upgraded version of a Dylan Blue. TT Ferguson said, I'm going to buy City of Stars tomorrow and engrave TT on the bottle. Hey, do that, man. Do that. Ricky said, have you tried Venom Incarnate? I saw that Maison Alharamain just released Scepter Desert, which is supposed to be a clone. Yeah, I saw that. I've tried Venom Incarnate. I like Venom Incarnate. I don't know. This is going to sound weird. I don't know how much I trust Maison Alhambra with that DNA. Here's why. There's a part of me, because y'all know French Avenue is dropping one, right? Y'all know that French Avenue is dropping a Venom Incarnate version, right? Everything that Maison Alhambra has done in that vibe, in that Umber Lucas wheelhouse, has been all right. This could also be colored by the fact that French Avenue has just been knocking it out of the park recently. With accuracy, with longevity, performance, all of that. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I like Venom Incarnate. I don't know how to feel about them doing one, you know? All right, Max Billy said, do you have any experience with unisex body mist? Salt and Stone makes some. I'm looking for something nautical after showers, but not something as normal as a cologne, maybe a shower gel, or formal as a cologne, maybe a shower gel. So there are some nice unisex body mists out there that you can go with. Bath and Body Works, you definitely want to go there. Depending on how you feel about, speaking of body mists, about different like fragrances as far as like depth. Touchland, who did the hand sanitizers, and Mix was in the chat earlier. She sent me the Touchland. Um, this is which one is this is the pistachio one right here, man. Body mist, and this is actually really nice. This is a pistachio on skin. It lasts. This body mist lasts somewhere in the range of about 8 to 9 hours. So it's really nice. Touchland also makes a couple that are more shower jelly in vibe. So look up Touchland online. They're kind of bougie as far as their, bodies, their hand sanitizers are, but their body mists actually come out pretty nice. But yeah, nothing wrong with body mists at all, man. Sid Bubble said, yo, I'm gonna be on my computer in like 10 minutes and I'll jump in here. Man, you should, man. You definitely should. You definitely should. SB. He said, Ricky Garrett said, didn't know I shall wait. FA has been on point. Yeah, and it's weird because it seems like French Avenue has just been doing the most, man. And they have been doing the most. But it's in a good way. Dave said, yeah, French Avenue hasn't missed in a while. That is true. TT says, what would you recommend me for a fall signature scent that has good performance, nice vanilla, and nobody else has it under $200? Let's see. Fall signature scent, good performance, nice vanilla. The first thing I was going to think about until you mentioned vanilla was this guy right here, Gold Cedar Nights. Jesus de la Posa. The other folks that make Halloween Man X and all those kind of things. This is a beautiful coffee, rum, cinnamon vibe here. It's in the vein of, and it's not a one-to-one, but it's in the vein of the Killian Straight to Heaven in that vein of fragrance. But beautifully done. Beautifully done. This will run you probably around $30, $35, somewhere in that range. Another one, and I don't have the full bottle because I'm still working with the decant of it, but it's going to be a full bottle on this fragrance. Just from what I've experienced with it so far, go with Tom Ford Eau de Ombre Leather. Now, you may say, oh, well, something that nobody else has, a lot of people don't have. Trust me, a lot of people don't have it. And it's interesting that a lot of people don't have it because what it is a more wearable version of Baby Cat. Beautiful fragrance, vanilla smooths out the leather. If you know ombre leather from Tom Ford. Ombre leather from Tom Ford is like a uber masculine leather, deep style of vibe. What Eau de Ombre leather does is it takes a vanilla note and it just kind of underlies that leather, turns it into more like a softer suede type of vibe. In the air, this thing kills. And I don't know why nobody talks about it. It's a mystery to me. Like, there's a couple people in FragCon that talk about it. But if you go into Macy's, you go into like a Sephora, you go into any of these stores, the shelves are full. It's like nobody talks about it. Nobody. I asked the girl in Macy's, I was like, is that a popular one for us? Like, We've had that display sitting there for 2 months and nobody's bought it. I don't know why that is, but apparently that's the thing. Tom Ford Eau d'Ombre leather. It's going to be big. Should be. All right, let's see. The other one too doesn't have vanilla in it, but I think if you're looking for like a fall scent, I mean, you could always do a Cedroit Boisé. Don't get me wrong, Cedroit Boisé, you can't lose with that one. But I also say Eternal Wood from Mancera. Not everybody has it. It's deep. It kind of falls along the lines of like a sweeter version of Hautaine, a sweeter version of an Oud for Greatness. Beautiful. Really, really beautiful fragrance. Highly complimented as well when I've worn this. So those are just a couple of suggestions, man. When you're thinking about that vibe of fragrance for the winter, I would say try those. See what you think about those. I'm trying to see what else I have up here that might be a good one. I'm trying to kind of take into account when you mentioned vanilla, because I've got some good vanillas, but some of them are kind of borderline winter, borderline, I mean, some of them are softer, but I'm trying to find something that's really present with vanilla. Another one you might think about, even though it doesn't really have like a, oh my God, that's a lot of vanilla. If you have not tried this yet, Vulcan Sable, do it. Whenever you get the chance, do it. Definitely do it. All right. Every time I see that snake on there, I'm like, I need to go get my pets, man. I might have to bring the snakes out. Let's see. Henry says, I've seen Cobalt 7 and TJ Maxx for $70. Next time I see it, grabbing it. Grab it. Grab it. Ricky Garrett says Cobalt 7 or Brioni Intense. Bro, you answer the question, brother. I can't give you an answer. No, I can give you an answer. Brioni Intense all day. Because Brioni Intense to me is one of my favorite fall fragrances of all time, man. And part of the reason why is because it has that apple and that oud. And you put those two together, two of my favorite fragrance notes. Man, there's something about that. Even if it's not like, see, I hate when people bring that fragrance up. Man, I hate when people bring this fragrance up. Oh my goodness. This to me is one of the most, and people talk about it in FragCom now. A couple years ago, they weren't. This is one of the most underrated fragrances to me out there. It's for price point, when you compare the price point of this fragrance to what it does, how well it does it, underrated, man. Underrated. All right, Lenny, what's going on? Lenny, 1777. Hello, guys. What smells like Versace Per Homme Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue mixed with Acqua di Gio? Versace Per Homme Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue and Acqua di Gio. I mean, like, real talk. I mean, I wasn't even trying to be funny with that. That is an interesting mix. But now that we're talking about Brionis, something that might actually kind of go in the wheelhouse of what you're talking about, Lenny, this guy. Brioni Eclat. Because with Brioni Eclat, you're getting that wateriness, you're getting a nice little vetiver in the end, but you're also getting one of the aspects of your light blue, which is you're getting that citrus at the top, and it's got that kind of watery style of vibe of citrus up there. And it has that tartness that you would get in that light blue as well. It's a beautiful fragrance, man. It's a gorgeous fragrance for the summer. Now it has some rose in there as well. And what that rose is doing is it kind of thickens it up in the mids. Now it's not an overbearing style of rose. You're getting mostly kind of a vetiver vibe, but gorgeous, nice, watery, beautiful. This would be a good amalgamation of everything that you were talking about just a second ago. Said Gator, did you like Lattafa Jasur? It's good. I like Jasur. I never wanted to bring it in. But I like Jasur. I would bring in Jasur before I brought in the OG Born in Roma. Let's see. TT Frank says, cool, sounds really good. Oh, you're talking about the yeah. Racket Club said, am I crazy for wearing liquid broom while I've been living in Brazil? It's crazy how people wear loud and typical cold fragrance scents here. So I couldn't do it, but do it. Like if liquid broom is thick, you're in Brazil. I don't know how that plays there. You know, there's some places where you can wear those uber thick fragrances and people are gonna be like, you know, they'll just treat it like, okay, it's hot, but you got on a cold weather fragrance. Okay, cool. I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't feel comfortable doing it. But man, hey, if people like it, man, go ahead and do it. Especially if you're in the office all the time, ain't no problem with it. Let's see. Brioni Intense is amazing. It is. It is. Henry says, I see Lone Rocus is a banger designer for cheap. It really is, man. And you know what's interesting about that fragrance is that there are a lot of people who kind of are on the fence about it. But as a utility fragrance, as just like I'm going to run some errands, or as an office fragrance, you throw it on in the office, roll out, you're good. Said, I'm back. Had to go to Dan first live, and now he just froze up. Oh, yeah. Y'all just like, oh man, hold on. You frozen him and left Joe. Man, okay. So yeah, everybody's going live tonight, man. But you know, I love it. Let me tell you why I love it. Go, if you ever have the chance, I'm gonna tell all of y'all to do this right now. Okay? Come back, but do this right now. Scroll up. You're gonna see all kinds of randomness that's gonna be on your For You or on your lives, right? But what I like about that is if you get a whole bunch of people in the fragrance community on there at once, it's going to just bring the more people that are live in the fragrance community, it's going to bring more people to the lives. So not just individual lives, but as the lives all together. So you'll have all kind of random people that'll be coming in because it's a hot topic right now, the Hayatu style and all that kind of stuff. So there are going to be more people that are coming in. So I always feel like it doesn't matter who all's going live. We're going to all support each other regardless. But you know, if I go live at the same time, let's say like a Scent Bubble, or I go same time live as like a Grimm, because me and Grimm end up going live a lot together. But I noticed that it never hurts his numbers. As a matter of fact, his numbers will go up, my numbers will go up during those times. So, you know, Gian said it's like watching TV and switching channels. Basically, it's like we support newcomers on YouTube. So if I come back, come and support. Yeah. That's the other thing. We all want to support each other. We all want to make sure they're, you know, because I've been watching my numbers kind of go up and down and fluctuate a little bit up and down and up and down. So when I see that, I always know that there's you know, stuff going on. There's other people that are going on, but all of it's going on in the same like how-to style, you know, going back and forth. John said, just don't freeze more. Racket Club said, I done seen it all, bro. I saw a damn kid making fragrance content. I'm asking myself what grass he's cutting to buy hella niche bottles. Bro, let me tell you something. You just scroll and you see that? Bro, there's just so many like little folk Like little folk be on there doing like fragrance content. What the fuck is you doing, bro? Wearing fucking side effect. You know what I'm saying? You in sixth grade going to school wearing side effect. You in sixth grade talking about, yeah, I'm in here wearing smoking hot. Huh? Like, what are we doing? Like, like for real, what are we doing, bro? It's crazy. It's crazy. But I feel like some of that is folks that are like legit, like the kids are in their dad's collection or stuff like that. I really feel like that's what it is, and they got the cute factor. They look kids, so they got the little cute factor going. Gian said, "Do you have kids, Gator?" Yeah, I have a son. My son is 12 years old, right? And yeah. My son is a grown-up 12-year-old. I'll say that. He's down there in Louisiana with his mom. So we get to I get to see him, a couple times a year and stuff. Whenever I get to visit back home, I get to go and see him. Lenny 1777, you say Brioni. I had that other Brioni. I got this Brioni. I mean, when we're talking about, comparisons to, I think you were asking about the light blue and stuff. Yeah. It's going to be in the wheelhouse of everything that you talked about, kind of combined into one style of fragrance. Yeah. Joel said, at least the kids are not wearing a Boudicca. No, that's not true, Joel. I went on a live the other day, and this little kid is literally holding up Blue Sapphire like this, and just, bro. I like to through my laptop, like seriously. I was about to unmount my laptop and throw it. Like it was, man. Hey, content is the thing. Content is the thing, man. There's some people in here that are doing fragrance content that don't really care for fragrances at all. But they're doing fragrance content because it's they get likes, they get views on it. There's look, I was about to start talking mess. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Let's see. Joel says, sheesh. Yeah. Gian said, how long does the clock last on you, Gator? I get somewhere in the range is like 6 hours, 6-7 hours. In the summer, though, I will say that it does like reactivate on my skin. Like in the fall, I get like 6 hours. But for some reason in the summer, like if I walk back outside after that 6 or 7 hours, it'll pop back up. So, yeah. But generally, about 6-7 hours on me. Man, so the other thing that I am interested in, guys, is what am I going to do with my collection? Because here's the thing. I'm going to be running out of room in a little bit. So what you see right now is the way that the wall is set up and how all of this stuff is going. I've got room for one more rung at the top. I don't necessarily want to get on my tiptoes or have to use the little remover tool to get fragrances off the top shelf. I'd rather just, reach them right here. I could bring it down right here, right? But even then, I'm not going to have room. I'm not going to have room for them. So my thought is that I am going to end up turning this entire room. I've already started looking for bed slats, which is the weirdest thing to ask for online. But I've already been looking for bed slats because I want to use bed slats the same way I'd use for these. And I'm literally going to have every room wall in this room, because it's not a big room, but every wall in this room is going to be like slatted. And I'm going to have like fragrances stacked up around here. So if I put up the new slats right now, I've already got them full. Like I've got fragrances, I've got 20 something fragrances that I can't put up there. And that's not counting the ones that are in the background on my videos and all that kind of stuff. But it's like you're running out of room. So yeah. Mango ice or eclat? I like eclat. I like eclat. It's something about eclat that I like more than mango ice. If I had to choose between the two, I'd go with eclat. Now this could be a sentimental thing, because eclat has been one of those fragrances that has gotten me a lot of compliments when I've been out and about. I've worn mango ice twice, and it was just okay. I didn't really get any compliments off of it, but there's something about that Brioni that has pulled in some compliments. So it could be that. That could be what I'm, why I feel that way. But as of right now, I'd probably say eclat. I definitely would say eclat. If I had to choose. But I may end up getting mango ice again, because I gave it away, but I might get it. I might go ahead and get it back. I'm just holding this right now. That Eau d'Ombre leather, man, is so good. It really is, man. I am intrigued by that stuff. It's amazing. Gian says, does your wife have a big collection too? No. No, she's got mostly the stuff I've gotten her, for the most part. Like the Quima, the Coach Dream Sunset, Terrac Intense, which Terrac Intense is one that I can get why people like it. For some reason, I think it's good. And it was given to her. I don't even keep it. Matter of fact, I think she has it now on her, on her sorority thing that she's doing tonight. But let me see, I've got a few of them for her, man. The light blue, it's a few, but she really likes them. She really does. She just doesn't have a big collection like that. She's got maybe, and she doesn't really want a big collection, which is crazy. She's got probably like nine fragrances right now. See, the Paradise says, still alive. I see, I woke up a bit. I see you got blue caviar in the background. That's a solid, mature blue cologne. It really is, man. So one of the things I like about this one is that it's very solid. It's not something that you're jumping over the wall for, but the more you wear this, the more you get excited about it. So it's something about the texture of this fragrance. So it does have the vibes of a blue shower jelly style of fragrance. It's got that. It's got all that. Oh, I love the caviar in here too, by the way. I mean, it's got that, but it's the texture that the tobacco brings as it goes into the dry down. And this is one of the fragrances that when I tell people that certain fragrances, certain notes have a texture to them, some people look at me funny. Sandalwood has a texture to me, like a nose texture. Tobacco has a nose texture to me. Certain forms of, lavender have like a weird kind of nose texture to me. Corianders, peppers, those things, they have like a nose texture. Pink pepper specifically. This one has that. So you have that generic, not even generic, you have like a nice, safe shower gel, bluish style of fragrance. And then the texture of the tobacco comes on and it gets rich and it gets creamy and it gets like, it's one that the more I wore it, the more I liked it. And I found it was a fragrance that I would just reach for and spray. You know, especially if I was just getting out of the shower, especially after I would do like a haircut or something, it's a low key fougerish type of style of fragrance, and I like it for that. All right, said Gian, what's your most expensive fragrance? It is probably currently Pacific Chill, because I don't know. Well, I still got the imagination thing. So currently Pacific Chill. Um, it won't be that for long, because there is a fragrance that I have coming that I am not going to mention right now because it's going to be on a live soon. But yeah, that'll probably be my most expensive when that happens, when I bring it in. Joel said, Joel, I like to Dan. I forgot my most expensive fragrance is Imagination because I have the big bottle. Yeah, yeah, man. I think I just told the story about me dumping my Imagination. That sucked. Let me see if my little light is on. This little light of mine is shining, going the wrong direction. Okay, there we go. Let's see, Lenny 1777. Do you apply cologne before going to bed at night? It depends. I used to. I've kind of gotten out of the habit of it. But I used to. And it'll usually be something that's kind of like a softer word. Like one of my favorites that I used to apply at night before I would go to sleep was the Avenue London from Grandeur. It's just a softer floral fragrance. It's fresh, like I say, soft floral. And it would actually kind of give me kind of a restful sleep when I would wear that. Another one that I still do from time to time is Liam Gray. Now, Liam Gray is one of these fragrances that a lot of people would be like, oh, you wear that to bed? Yeah. I do wear it on occasion, like just kind of bopping around, but that tea is such a calming influence, man. That tea really just kind of, man, when you spray this on and you lay down to rest, man, it just it gets you in a tranquil mood. When I wear this, I usually wear this when I know I'm gonna have a stressful day, and it kind of helps, me to stay tranquil. It's really good for that. This is that type of fragrance. So I would wear this when I would go to bed as well. But yeah, those are two that I would definitely wear. I used to wear Eternity and Hemp sometimes when I would go to bed. Let me see. Light. Hey, Joel. All right. Ricky Garrett said, what are your top two Tiger clones inspirations? Are you familiar with alharamain, Janoon Oud? Some reason the bottle keeps calling my name. I smell North Stag 1 and like the DNA. You look at my bottles up there, right? You see the North Stag 2? You see the North Stag 3? You see the North Stag 4? What's the one that's missing? It's North Stag, right? You notice no Tarathi Blue up there either. So people who've been around my channel for a while know that I have a love-hate relationship with Tiger. As a matter of fact, it was fuck Tiger for a long time. So the whole story behind that is people were hyping me up about Tiger. Bro, you got to try Tiger. You got to try Tiger. You got to try Tiger. I was like, oh, I got to try Tiger. I got to try Tiger. And then I tried Tiger and I was like, Man, that shit all right, man. Fuck Tiger. And it's been that ever since. So I've never been like the biggest Tiger guy. It's not a bad fragrance though. It's just I've never been really into the DNA like that. So I skipped Tarafi Blue. The one that I did not skip, and this is not Tiger one-to-one, but it takes a lot of aspects from Tiger, is Pisa. Lattafa, Pisa. The ugliest bottle in FragCom. To some people. To me, it's the most beautiful bottle, or one of the most beautiful bottles in FragCom. Why is it not? Anytime I put my pretty face in the camera, it don't want to focus. That's because, there we go. This it has that effervescence. It has that beautiful citrus, juicy style of citrus in here. It gives that Tiger vibe with just a little bit of a delineation, because it also gives you a kind of like a, I feel a little bit more of an effervescent touch, as it goes into the dry down. It's like it stays a little bit more linear than what the Tiger DNA does. I love this. Fresh, fragrance, citrus, alluring, that's this. And you can get this fairly cheap now. I remember when it's first dropped, everybody was like, oh my God, pizza. Oh my God, we're gonna do pizza. Pizza's gonna be awesome. And then nobody fucking, like a bunch of people like saw the bottle and bought it, and then nobody bought it anymore. People just completely stopped talking about it. Like legit, just stopped talking about pizza. But it's still, in my opinion, when I got this a couple years ago, it's still the best release from last year. I mean, not the best release from last year. I still put it on one of the top 10 releases from last year. It's good. It's really good. All right, let's see. Do you like Club de Nuit Iconic? Well, hold on. Let me go back up. Gian said, you dumped it. I missed it. What happened? Oh, wait, what I dump? Hold on. What did I dump? All right, let's see. City Paradise said that was one I did order from Fragrance Net. I want to check out Liam Gray, Versace Eros Energy, Blockade, and some others. Who knows? Maybe the package may show up. I know, right? I'm probably going to bring in Eros Energy because I've gone through the decant and I like it a lot. Blockade, okay. I do like Jadub. And I've seen Ross has just recently found Jadub. It's one of my favorites. But that's one of the only mind games that I'm like, oh, I really want to get. Let's see. Ricky Garrett said, yep. Henry said, how do you like Club de Nuit Iconic? Is it accurate? No, it's not that accurate. Hold on, guys. Let me see. That's the wifey calling right there. Hey, babe.
Hey, babe, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yes, please come get me.
Oh, Lord. What's going on?
I'm just tired.
Oh, okay. All right. Say hey to everybody on the live.
You coming?
Yeah, I'm on the way. I just say hey to everybody on the live. I'm getting off of the live right now.
Okay.
All right, baby. Love you.
Love you too.
All right now.
All
All right, bye. That's the wifey right there. She was like, come get me. These heifers that drove me insane. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll out and get her, man. Let me finish up these questions right quick. City Paradise said, well, but okay, so Iconic. Iconic's not the most accurate. It's a little bit more synthetic, but it is actually a really pleasant fragrance, man. I get a lot of compliments when I wear Iconic, man. It does take about a month to 2 months to maturate to get to where it needs to be. Still smelling Hawaii Tropical on my arm. Yeah, I remember you sprayed it on earlier. That makes me say I want to go ahead and get Tropical instead of Cosmic Giardino. Gian says, so you don't like Vibrato or L'Immensité? So L'Immensité I love. I love L'Immensité. I just don't feel, well, Vibrato is closer to what Tiger is. I don't really get Tigar out of Lamensite very much. I love Lamensite though, but yeah, vibrato is okay, and that's probably because that's why I probably feel like it's okay because it's close to Tigar. Said pizza smells more like afternoon swim to me, but nah, the most ugly bottle is Mahir Legacy. Well, that is true. Mahir Legacy is the ugliest bottle. Yeah, I mean, so afternoon swim, it has, that's what I'm saying. It has kind of the juiciness of the citrus in the afternoon swim, but it has kind of the almost the ginger-like type of effervescence that you have in Tigar. It's almost like they did an amalgamation of the two on that one. Tarathi Blue is also good. It is. Armoff Odyssey Tyrant, my favorite take on Tigar. So you know what? Tyrant is a take on Tigar. That is, and I don't mind Tyrant. Gian says Jadoob is my favorite mind game. Second is French Defense, and third is Game Master. Oh, excuse me. My favorite is Jadoob. Second favorite is Mentor, and then I like for some reason, I'm a fan of French Defense. That's what everybody says, but it's not bad. City Paradise said, well, my favorite by Mind Games is French Defense, one of the best scents I got my nose on with a cherry note done right. It definitely does. Although I see that Dedrick is talking about one now that I'm super interested in. So we'll see how that one goes. But guys, I'm about to go ahead and jump out of here, man. Got to go pick up wifey, man. Hit the like buttons, hit the like buttons, hit the like buttons. I might actually jump on a little bit later after I pick up wifey. Y'all have a great rest of the evening, man, because, and I know they've got a bunch of lives that's about to go on, man. But yeah, so in the meantime, guys, y'all already know what the dealio is. Y'all already know. I'm just reading the comments here. I see Joe putting the pieces up. No matter what you're doing or how you're doing it, what you're doing, whenever you're doing it, however you're doing it, there's a whole bunch of other ways I say it. But regardless, whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, make sure you make today the best day ever on purpose. Peace out, guys.